Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. Special guest, Executive Director Chad Lassiter, inspirational faculty and staff of the School of Social Work, and most importantly, accomplished MSW graduates, as well as their family and friends, welcome. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Winter 2022 University of Michigan School of Social Work's commencement exercises. My name is Beth Angel, and I have the privilege to be the Dean of the School of Social Work. Before we begin today's ceremony, I would like to introduce Clinical Assistant Professor Abigail Eiler to share our important land acknowledgement.
Minogajap, good morning. Nigonga mkwen dishnaka shashanwa kiundao, makwa ndoram, Hammond, Indiana, and Donjaba, Canton, Michigan, Undao. The School of Social Work is located in the Huron River watershed on land stewarded by the Nishwe, Ishkadewan, and Anishinaabe, the three Fires people, who are the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi. As we work, live, learn, and play on these territories, we must keep in mind the ongoing effects of colonization, the community struggle for self-determination, colonial state violence, and the recognition of Indigenous sovereignty. Through scholarship and pedagogy, we work to create a future in which the past is thoroughly understood and the present aims to enhance social justice while enacting an ethic of care and compassion. Miigwech.
This is such a celebratory day. I am particularly honored to preside over my second commencement ceremony as dean of this outstanding school. The excellence of our school is rooted in the dedicated faculty, our devoted staff, and our talented and committed student body. I am so thrilled to be here with you in person, our graduates, your families, your friends, and your special guests. MSW graduates, you are an impressive class. 190 of you are graduating today with your Master of Social Work degree. Eight of you are dual degree students combining the MSW with other disciplines, including public health, public affairs, and urban planning. You include graduates with an undergraduate social work degree and with a wide variety of degrees from many fine public and private universities and colleges, including universities here in Michigan and from universities across the United States and the world, including, just to name a few, California, North Carolina, Ohio, Massachusetts, Canada, China, Scotland, and Qatar, to name a few. Graduates, you represent the diverse areas of study within the school. 116 of you graduate as interpersonal practice majors, 18 as community organizers, 25 as children and families specialists, 3 with a focus in management and leadership, 9 as global social workers, 6 as older adults and family specialists, 10 with a focus in policy and political social work, and 3 as program evaluation and applied research specialists. Collectively, the thousands of hours that you spent learning in field education helped you gain competency as a social worker and, what's more, provided vital, innovative services to Michigan communities and beyond. Here are just a few examples of your contribution to the betterment of society during a time when social work services are needed more than ever. Our graduates provided community-based outreach to unhoused individuals in Detroit to connect them with housing, mental health services, and other important resources. Our graduates responded to the formula shortage by organizing and leading a formula drive and providing community outreach and support to local families in need. Our graduates assisted older adults by creating an integrated health network for seniors and a voter access campaign. Our graduates delivered 24/7 virtual therapy to youth and adults in Detroit and throughout Wayne County. Our graduates teamed up with Gleaners Food Bank and developed a community fridge program to ensure food is available for Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti, and Livingston County residents. And our graduates incorporated arts-based programming into group therapy at no cost to uninsured individuals. Class of 2022, you reached out, you raised hope, you changed society. You come from every walk of life and from diverse locations and backgrounds. You came together for a common purpose, to be a social worker who will transform lives and society, making our world a better place. please join me in recognizing the contributions and accomplishments of our graduates. Now, I think it's important to acknowledge that the past 3 years has been a traumatic period in history, and each of us have experienced grief and loss in a profound and personal way. Let us take a brief moment of silence to remember those who have passed away, but who are with us in spirit, whether a former teacher, a cherished friend, or a beloved family member. At this time, I would like to acknowledge and thank our superb faculty for your commitment to our exceptional students. I know that the faculty joins me in sharing our best wishes for the graduates, with hope for what the future holds, great promise for each and every one of you. Would faculty members please stand and accept our appreciation for the excellent education you have provided to today's graduates? Join me in a round of applause. Faculty, please be seated. And now, graduates, I would like to take a moment to personally congratulate you. These last 3 years have changed and challenged us all in ways that we never could have predicted. The pandemic has upended our lives and profoundly impacted each of us in different ways. Many of us lost loved ones, and the ongoing disruption of our daily patterns challenged us emotionally, physically, socially, and sometimes financially. During this same time, we also continued to witness numerous forms of injustice in our society and around the world. For example, ongoing violence against Black and brown people continues to expose just how deeply racism is embedded in our nation. And the recent spate of legislative and judicial actions that marginalize segments of the population, most particularly women and members of the LGBTQ+ community, represent an attack on the fundamental rights of us all. As social workers, our passions and skills are needed now more than ever. We play a crucial role in supporting individuals, families, and communities and finding solutions for a better tomorrow. Throughout all these challenges, you, the MSW class of 2022, have both responded and adapted. You've completed your classes under very unique circumstances, and your field work required new levels of adaptability, ingenuity, and resolve. At the same time, you answered your calling as social workers by stepping up to the forefront, speaking out, and contributing to a better society. We are proud of your dedication, your achievements, your resiliency, and we're excited to be able to celebrate together. Today, you join the ranks of over 17,000 Michigan MSW alumni. As Dean of this esteemed School of Social Work, I'm honored to be the first to welcome you to our alumni community, and we look forward to seeing how your enthusiasm, dedication, and accomplishments shape our legacy. Graduates, you have earned the respect, admiration, and gratitude from both the Michigan social work community and the university. You have shown dedication, tenacity, and hard work in earning your MSW under historic and unexpected conditions, and we are so proud of you. I'm now delighted to introduce our keynote speaker, Executive Director Chad Dion Lassiter. Chad Lassiter is a national expert in the field of American race relations. Lassiter has worked on race, peace, and poverty-related issues in the United States, Africa, Canada, Haiti, Israel, and Norway, and is called upon frequently by media outlets to provide commentary on race relations and potential solutions. He is the current executive director of the Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission, where he has continued to push the Commonwealth forward in the spaces of DEI training, unconscious bias training, and anti-racism training. He has developed and launched a No Hate in Our State town hall to address the surge of white nationalism in Pennsylvania, a social justice lecture series providing an outlet for Pennsylvania communities to discuss imperative issues, and serves as a racial reduction response team for those communities impacted by hatred. He oversees a staff of 87 with 3 regional offices that comprise the 67 counties in Pennsylvania and manages an annual budget of $11 million. Executive Director Lassiter received his master's degree from the University of Pennsylvania Graduate School of Social Work, where he was the A. Philip Randolph Award winner in 2001 and was the recipient of the University of Pennsylvania's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Involvement Award in 2008. Executive Director Lassiter is a co-founder and current president of the University of Pennsylvania's School of Social Policy and Practice's Black Men at Penn, the first Ivy League black male group of social workers. Since 2003, this transcendent group has sought to recruit black males into the profession, as well as provide anti-racism and violence prevention training to urban and suburban schools around the country, and diversity and inclusion training for corporate entities and penal systems. Executive Director Lassiter was chosen as the National Association of Social Workers Pennsylvania Chapter Social Worker of the Year for 2021. So please join me in welcoming Executive Director Chad Lassiter.
Good morning. If we can have our graduates stand, all of our graduates, if you could just stand. And just remain standing for a moment. We're going to engage in a form of call and response. From the stage, I'm going to say infinite hope, and then you're going to say infinite hope. And then I'm going to say infinite hope, and then you're going to say infinite hope. When we get to the third stanza of infinite hope, you're going to say infinite hope, but when you get to hope, I want you to hold on to it as if we were at the big house. Right? So it should go something like this. I'll say infinite hope, you'll say infinite hope. I'll say infinite hope, you'll say infinite hope. I'll say infinite hope, you'll say infinite hope. And let's see how long we can hold it, okay? And just a full disclosure, I come from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, but I am not a Nittany Lion fan, nor am I an Ohio State Buckeye. I have no idea what those two entities are, but I know what a Wolverine is. I go all the way back to the days of Bo Schembechler and the quarterback, Elvis Gerbach. That's how far I go back. So let's do our call and response, and thank you for indulging me. Infinite hope. Infinite hope. Infinite hope. Thank you. Thank you, Dean, faculty, staff, and students for the invitation to be your 2022 commencement speaker. I'm humbled and honored on various levels. It is humbling to stand before you, especially after such a wonderful and gracious introduction by your dean. And know that while you will listen politely, chuckle at my attempts at humor, and later possibly claps graciously as I take my seat, you will not remember anything I say today. And that's okay, because remembering me or my speech is not the priority of such a special day. This is your day, and what needs to be your most important job today is turning this celebratory moment of your work and your struggles into one of your most joyous of memories. In fact, why don't you all just take a mindful minute to look around and absorb the beauty, the pomp, and the circumstance of it all. When I went to college during orientation, they, of course I can't remember their names, told us frightened freshmen to look to our right, and to look to our left. Someone then said, one of you won't make it. Today, I say, look to your left, now look to your right. Please take a moment to give yourself and your fellow classmates a hand. You have made it. How could any words be more impactful than the feeling you have now? Who can compete with that wonderful sense of accomplishment you feel? That is the reason I'm going to start with the end of my speech. For years, you've been taught to start with an introduction, but I'm going to turn that upside down today and begin with the most important part of my message. My final points will be my beginning. I have 3 points to share with you today. Just 3 things that I'm asking you to ponder as you go forth to build a life of well-being, purpose, and meaning. First, there are things in your life that if you want to live well, must be forgotten. Second, there are things in your life that if you want to live well, must be remembered. And my third point, you must learn for yourself what to forget and what to remember. These are my 3 points, the essential ingredients of this speech to you. I hope I have ignited a bit of curiosity that will encourage you to follow me a little deeper into this talk, straight into the explanation of why I'm formulating this out. What is memory? Scientists define memory as a stored pattern of connections between neurons and the brain. Memory is about 100 billion neurons, each of which can make perhaps 5,000 to 10,000 synaptic connections with other neurons, which makes a total of about 500 trillion to 1,000 trillion synapses in the average adult brain. These synapses can be strengthened or they can be weakened. Truly, memory is awe-inspiring. Our memories are trivial as well as the traumatic, and they make up who we are. Your memories have made you who you are. So, our memories are not insignificant, which means our memory should be handled carefully and respectfully. At its core then, remembrance and forgetting are all about connections. With remembrance, we deepen and embrace connections. We hold them tight. With forgetting, we sever connections, flinging them as far away as possible and hope that they don't boomerang. Even when so many of us attend the same event, like this commencement ceremony, we will remember and forget differently. If you don't believe me, just wait until your first reunion. Now let's talk about forgetting. Scientists think that forgetting unwanted memories may help preserve our mental health, especially those memories that make us anxious or make us depressed. There are some things that, by actively remembering, will get in the way of living to our fullest potential. Forgetting allows the past to fade away and make room for the business of living in, participating in, and fully enjoying the present. Forgetting can allow you to go into your next stage of life as a fully present and engaged participant, ready to embrace a new beginning. What do you need to forget to get on with the business of living well? Let me quote an author, Stephen Carpenter. Carpenter says the following: people always talk about how hard it can be to remember things, where they left their keys or the name of an acquaintance, but no one ever talks about how much effort we put into forgetting. I am exhausted from the effort to forget. There are things that have to be forgotten if you want to go on living. Let me say that one more time. There are things that have to be forgotten if you are to go on living. But this type of active, intentional forgetting is demanding, hard, emotional work. Let me read you another quote about forgetting and its benefits. First, you forget everything you learned. You especially forget everything you didn't really learn, but you memorized the night before. You forget the names of all but 1 or 2 of your teachers, and eventually you forget those too. You forget your junior class schedule and where you used to sit, and your best friend's home phone number, and the lyrics to that song you must have played 1,000,000 times. For me, it was something by Simon and Garfunkel. Who knows what it will be for you? And eventually, but slowly, oh so slowly, you forget your humiliations. Even the ones that seem indelible, they just fade away. You forget who was cool and who was not, who was pretty, smart, athletic, or not, who went to a good college, who threw the best parties, who got you pot. You forget all of them, even the ones you said you love, and even the ones you actually did. They're the last to go. And then once you've forgotten enough, you love someone else. That is a quote from Gabrielle Zevin, author of Memories of a Teenage Amnesiac. She explains it so lyrically that all I have to do now is reiterate my first point. There are things in your life that if you want to live well, must be forgotten. And now let's talk about remembering. Your graduation, this major milestone in your life, should be remembered. And not just remembered, but turned into a joyous memory. Today, you are surrounded by people who care, family who walk this journey alongside you, friends who may have been your best friends and will be your life friends forever, partners with whom you shared all your mistakes and all your miseries, instructors and staff for whom you graduating is also their mission. Let's give them a hand. But that isn't all. In just the past few years, so many people have walked in and out of your life. But who were the ones who took the time to make a meaningful impression on you? How many showed you the kindness at just the right moment, showed you love when you needed it, displayed with truth when you begged for it? These two are the types of people you should not allow yourself to forget. So please take this minute and ask yourself, who made the greatest significant positive impression on me? How will I remember this person? How will I honor this person? And how will I pay it forward for what they instilled in me? Intentional remember, like forgetting, is hard emotional work. It takes a concentrated effort. Let's begin by offering a round of applause to demonstrate our gratitude for those families, friends, lovers, teachers, administrators, and staffers who took time with you or for no other reason except you matter. Let's take a moment to thank them all and to give them a well-deserved hand or a hug for all of their support, for all of their dedication, for all of their love. As Arthur R.J. Policio has written, we should be remembered for the things we do. The things we do are the most important things of all. They are more important than what we say or what we look like. The things we do outlast our mortality. The things we do are like monuments that people build to honor heroes after they have died. They are like the pyramids that the Egyptians built to honor the pharaohs. Only instead of being made out of stone, they are made out of the memories people have of you. That's why your deeds are like monuments, built with memories instead of with stone. No one is a better example of deeds becoming monuments than the University of Michigan School of Social Work's own Jim Toy. Listen to how he was described by those who knew him best. A warrior for equality, a relentless activist, a fierce champion for human rights. Toy came out as gay when it could have been professional suicide to do so, but he went on to help establish the university's Spectrum Center, which serves the LGBTQIA+ community and help pave the way towards acceptance related to sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression. His achievements were historic because he turned his life into his mission. Jim Toy died this year at 91 years old. As a way of honoring his legacy in perpetuity, the School of Social Work, with the support of two generous donors, has established the Jim Toy MSW 81 Scholarship Fund. Jim Toy exemplifies My second point, there are things in your life that if you want to live well, must be remembered. Finally, let me end with my beginning. Life is a journey, and this day, momentous as it is but one stop on your lifelong trip. And during this journey, you will have to decide each day what to forget and what to remember, because your decision will determine your quality of life. The problem is there is no textbook to guide you. There are no PowerPoint slides. There is no sample test to prepare you for the final or any notes to borrow. There is no one to cheat off of. There is no speech that can give you a bullet list of 5 things to do. Additionally, there is no Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory or no phenomenological variant of ecological systems theory. And that leads me to my final point today. The secret to a good life is knowing what to forget and what to remember. You will wrestle with what this means for you throughout your life. I urge you to be like Jim Toy and not back away from the struggle. Before I take my seat, let me leave you with one recommendation for going through the struggle. Intentionally make joyous memories. Remember what I said at the beginning of the speech? This is your day. And what needs to be your most important job today is turning this celebratory moment of your work and your struggle into one of your most joyous memories. How do you make something joyous? Well, you thread laughter and silliness and good conversation and true gratitude throughout all of your life's events. The special, like today's graduation, and the ordinary. This is a good starting point, because the memory of those moments will help you through the tougher times, through the negativity that you are bound to face, the anxiety you will certainly feel, the loneliness that will make your heart ache, the failures that will make you question every decision you've ever made, the tragedies you will endure, the endings you will lament, and the beginnings you will fear. Joyous memories are a true antidote against the feelings of despair and hopelessness. So, let's all take one last moment together and take a mental snapshot of this time together. You will want to travel back to this time to remember being surrounded by nothing but delight and achievement, by friends and family and faculty, so that when you face your next challenge, and you will, and doubt tries to bring you down, and it will, you will remember this day and know that you can surmount anything. So even if you forget everything I just said over the past few minutes, please remember this. Cherish this beautiful moment, and in the words of Martin Luther King Jr., we must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope.
Thank you, Executive Director Lassiter, for your wonderful and memorable message, adding thought and inspiration to this memorable day of celebration. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, Blair Baker. Blair Baker. Let me tell you about Blair. Blair Baker hails from the east side of Detroit. Prior to completing this master's program, she attended Michigan State University and received a bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies in social science with a focus on community governance and advocacy. Blair has been committed to social justice and Afrocentric social work throughout her career. She has previously worked with the Michigan Roundtable for Diversity and Inclusion, creating social justice campaigns and engaging youth participatory practices. Blair also worked in the Department of Enrollment at Detroit Public Schools Community District to enhance high school selection processes. She worked in residential facilities with youth who experienced extreme levels of abuse or neglect. Blair started her own social entrepreneurial business called Finesse Dining, aimed at creating accessible luxury dining experiences. Blair also spent time interning with Concert of Colors on their strategic planning team, which focused on blossoming the bridge of art, music, and social justice this year. She also remains active in her sorority Sigma Gamma Rho, which just turned 100 years old. Blair recently started a new role as an academic advisor at Wayne State University and will continue her commitment to equity and social justice work. Please welcome Blair to the podium.
The honor of standing before you all today is not one of light stature. I stand before staff and faculty who have been extremely pivotal pieces of the trajectory of learning for all graduates. I stand before friends and family who have effortlessly supported and nurtured the work and growth of many people in this room. To everyone in attendance here today who has contributed to creating the next group of social workers to positively impact the world, thank you. No, really, thank you. The energy we pour into others forever informs the light they shine into others. Continue to be sources and roots of light. I also stand before my fellow graduates who have transformed themselves over such a short course of time with rigorous self-reflection, equitable action, learning, determination, and have become leaders within the field of social work. As we sit in the excellence displayed in the embodiment of the best parts of this program, we must remind ourselves of who's in the room. The graduates who are beginning to embark on successful voyages of change and healing come from so many impactful and unique backgrounds. Passionate leaders of wide-ranging ages, races, ethnicities, genders, sexualities, and overall communities have been united under the same guiding light of service and equity for all members of society. This is not a measure to be taken lightly. Entering the program across the sea of students here today, there were a myriad of emotions, and at the core, the passion and aim of fighting for social justice. That passion over the course of 60 credits, 60 long credits, has not only remained strong, but enriched and strengthened by the in-depth training and connections created here in the School of Social Work. Inspiration has leaked into the minds of us all as we have watched each other walk boldly in truth and fiercely in advocacy. The flame that is ignited in us all burns brighter together, as we have seen through countless moments of support through this journey. Individual bonds have been created, advocacy groups to support each other has shined bright, and an overall overwhelming amount of love has carried us all deeper into the work. Many hands make light work. We can all feel a lightness as we begin to forge flourishing careers alongside so many fellow impactful social workers. Setting tones and creating standards is not a new thing for our class. We successfully emerged from the COVID-19 pandemic to fully re-enter into inspirational learning and engagement strategies here at the University of Michigan School of Social Work. We have been champions in understanding and creating accessibility, inclusivity, and personifying in real time the flexibility it takes to not only be a social worker, but to begin the process of changing the world. Today, I implore you all to remain steadfast in the essence of the moving spirit of this student body we have all been a part of creating. I challenge you to always challenge yourselves and remain grounded in the process of being a lifelong learner. I hope you engage the lessons and commitments you have found here in the program to propel your work of empowering individuals and communities in effort of a more socially just and liberated society. And most importantly, we need to remember the value of radical rest and caring for yourselves as pivotal pieces of the communities we are all working for. Lastly, we must continue to stand to liberate those who are at the margins of the margins. We must be sure to center those who are most of need, as we have been called upon to the selfless work that is social justice, service, and progressive change making. As we engage anti-racist practice in the heart of our spirits, dismantle gender biases and homophobia with the might of our wisdom, and attack xenophobia and all other harmful oppressions, I want to leave you with a quote from the great Angela Davis. I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. Never will we accept a world that does not affirm and nurture the livelihood of every human being. I am more than confident we will all stand firm in changing what we should never accept. Congratulations to all the graduates and to the world for our entering into the preservation of all of its best parts.
Thank you, Blair, for your wonderful and inspiring contribution to our ceremony. Now, I am pleased to introduce our second student speaker, Rajette Peterson. Rajette Peterson is a Detroit Integrated Health Scholar as well as an Area Health Education Center Scholar through a partnership with Wayne State University. She has a BA degree from the University of Michigan and a master's degree from Azusa Pacific University in California. She has over 20 years of combined work and volunteer experience in education, human resources, and community outreach within the US and globally in Haiti, Lebanon, and Thailand. Rajette spent the last several months providing virtual therapy services through Reach Us Detroit with the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. She also provided brief therapeutic interventions embedded within the Beaumont Medical Center through Starfish Family Services. A couple of highlights from her time spent in the School of Social Work include being a recipient of the Carol Goss Leadership Scholarship and having an opportunity to work with Dr. Daisha Price to co-develop a continuing education course, which they will both teach in January, that examines the impacts of client oppression. But wait, there's more. Rajette has joined Southfield Mental Health Associates as a therapist and is looking forward to building her private practice and mental wellness brand. Her desire is to serve as a resource to strengthen and unify her community and to provide a space for healing among marginalized and intersecting identities, particularly those of the African diaspora. Please welcome Rajette to the podium.
Love you guys. Service, social justice, dignity and worth of the person, human relationships, integrity, competence, social work. In 1995, I set foot on this campus for the first time, embarking upon my college career as one of nearly 9% of Black students enrolled. I have watched that percentage drop over the last 20 years. So to be standing here before you, representing the class of 2022, as a 45-year-old Black woman and two-time graduate of the University of Michigan, is a dream and a bit surreal. I am Rajette Peterson. I am a social worker. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am the daughter of Roger and Freddie Peterson. My father, a creative and brilliant craftsman, has spent over the last 10 years navigating life as an amputee. My mother, an active participant in the civil rights movement of the 1960s, grew up in the segregated South under Jim Crow laws and later was on the front lines integrating a company. I grew up knowing the importance of education, hearing the stories of resistance and resilience, and seeing unbelievable strength firsthand. I have the privilege of having grown up in a family who instilled values within me that are congruent with those of social work. I entered the interpersonal practice track within the School of Social Work 16 months ago on the heels of my brother's death. As devastating as his death was, it served as confirmation that I was exactly where I was supposed to be in my life. Classes began, and I was almost immediately met with significant health challenges, and by February, I found myself in the throes of a deep and dark depression. There was a moment where I considered requesting a leave of absence or withdrawing altogether, but I remembered how far I had come, and how I have always been a believer that there are literal lives attached to me. Those I've known and those I've yet to meet. One thing was for certain: my completion of this program would be another moment in my life that would inspire, motivate, and give hope to those who were watching. Graduates, someone is always watching. It would further put me in position to make substantial impact in the lives of the people I am so passionate about serving. It would allow me to be more visible and advocate for equity in spaces that often do not share in my identities. It would allow me to have a more powerful voice and be the catalyst for stronger action destigmatizing mental health within BIPOC communities. The School of Social Work has afforded me incredible opportunities and connections with my colleagues who I deeply respect and admire. I am appreciative of every professor who crossed my path, entertained my questions, and created space for me. I am grateful to God for the journey and all that came with it. Graduates, pause for a moment and think about your journey and how the completion of this program is yet another beginning. Think about the lives that are attached to you, the impact you get to make, and how you get to be intentional about how you use this degree. As we approach this new season, many of us with intersecting identities, reflecting experiences deeply our own, uniquely our own, may our ears be ever tuned to the symphony of voices desperately needing to be heard, whether calm whispers or screaming refrains of justice deserved. Voices crashing like cymbals into a cacophony of isms, structurally strung together, forming themes of injustice. May we always be the justice seekers, the healers, and the advocates empowering those whom we are privileged to serve. Finally, let our anti-racist work be more than just ways to weave pods into an assignment simply for a grade. Let it be more than the pages of recommended readings most of us never even got to. Let it be that which bleeds profusely into every aspect of our lives, staining everything in its path, so that when we show up, people will know what we stand for. And when we leave, it will be known that we were there. Let us always have a posture of deep reflection and humility. This is our time to make deep impact in a society that is ever changing and threatening the very core of many of our identities. Thank you to my parents, family, friends, faculty, advisors, and colleagues. Congratulations. We are the class of 2022. Let's take on this world with purpose and on purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajette, for your powerful story and message. Graduates, this is the moment that you have been waiting for. At this time, I would like to present the newest University of Michigan School of Social Work graduating class of winter 2022. We will begin the individual presentation and hooding of our Master of Social Work graduates. Would the marshals, readers, hooders, and School of Social Work Alumni Board representative please take their places as we begin the presentation of the graduates? Graduates, as you cross the stage, please join me for a photo, and then you'll be greeted by our School of Social Work Alumni Board representative, Miriam Connolly. We also have some graduates who are celebrating with us online today, and their photo will be shown on the screen as their names are read.
Blair Baker. Rajette Peterson. Emma Abed, Master of Social Work and Master of Public Health. Angelica Abraham. Mickey Agolia. Stephanie Aguayo. Okay. Miriam Chopin. Oh, Mario Chopinwa Alam Shahi. That's me. I got it. All right. Emily Anderson. Brianne Armstrong. Morgan Armstrong. Grace Atchison. Rosa Jasmine Aviles Martinez. Diana Azad. Catherine Bargerstock. Catherine Page Bartholomew. Caroline Page Bartholomew. Sorry about that. Thanks. Chelsea Benedict. Samantha Bussett. Alexander Black. Alexandria Bly. Carson Bollinger. Brandon Bond, Master of Social Work and Master of Public Health. Becca Bordner. Jay Bowen. Kate Brantley. Tess Breva. Anna Brunson. Star Isabel Bryan. Nicholas Buckingham. Katie Bird. Mason Bushnell. Lindsay Kalka. Carla Carrillo. Haley Carter. Midge Carter. Natalie Chi. Shijan Shin. Madeline Shin. Sylvia Chen. Carissa Chester. Anusha Chudri. Rossi Clark. Monique Cloutier. Rachel Cortez. Michaela Leon Kosak. Joshua Costa. Kayla Cronin. Ekaterina Zarnik. Laura Nicole Dandridge. Samar Dawood. Matt Dargay. Joanna Darling. Rowan Darwish. Ari Davey. Elizabeth Paula DeVille Farah. Acacia Davis. Ariana Davis. Francis Dean, Master of Social Work and Master of Public Health. Taylor DeJulia. Jamie Diaz. Casey Downing. Congratulations. Nikki Dubois. Elizabeth Einig. Caitlin Ender. Ebonia Evans. Mackenzie Fee. Aaron Fillmore. Sydney Foster. Dahlia Catherine Frugroso. Rachel Friedman. Allison Fritsch, Master of Social Work and Master of Public Health. Aaron Gaines. Samantha Ganzak. Amanda Garefra. Jasmine Amari Garnett McNair. Garrett McNair. Sarah Dawn Gibson. Hannah Goldstein. Megan Goujon. Kelly Grinowitz. Alicia Hadley. Kimberly Hall. Quentin Harris. Stephen Herod. Marcus Hicks. Julian Ho. Hadley Huff. Matthew Hutchinson. Ella Imes. Marty Jacobson. Brittany Jazowski. Sierra Johnson. Kayla Jones.
Kayla Kane. Anastasia Carmagnola. Mia Kato. Jacqueline Cat. Hasna Kazi. Bailey Michelle Keel. Charlotte Nip. Julia Knowles. Katie Kernick. Marissa Lonstein. Lisa Michelle Lawson. Allison Lee. Leslie Leong. Katie Lingle. Sarah Livingston. Madison Marquardt. Katie Martinez Osorio. Nicole Massoud. Isabel Matosian. Ryan McLean. Delaney Manor. Leland Merrill. Nicole Merriweather. Ryan Miller. Maya Moak. Lauren Melissa Morgan. Julia Moss. Michaela Murphy, Master of Social Work and Master of Public Health. Natalie Rose Nesser. Nakara Denise Neely. Rachel Netz. Jack O'Connell. Kristen Orrak. Rosemary Powell. Maddie Peterson. Jamila Nefertiti Hart Richardson. Spencer Rogers. Lydia Rohde. Maggie Royer. Jake Rubin. Allison Russell. Imani Russell. Lauren Sandvit. Sarah Shornack. Hillary Schroeder. Amber Silva. Sarah Smart. Emery Smith. Allison Spiller. Alexa Spillman. Anika Sproul. Emma Jane Strange. Delaney Tabuki. Jordan Tovey. Haley Trombley. Janellis Turner. Elena Van Loo. Alexis Marie Vaderat. America Guadalupe Vicente Solares. Elise Vogel. Carly Wagatha. Sierra Wainaina. Gabrielle Walton Schwartz. Kaylee Wasco. Alyssa Waters. Sierra Jade Weevil. Tanya Wells. Leanne Whaley. Devon Wheeler, Master of Social Work and Master of Public Health. Eliana Whitehouse. Kayla Witala. Shizi Yan. Kristen Mullen Zilka. Amen Irshad. Soraya Metcalf. Helen Settlemeyer. Abby Spadafora. Leah Wittenberg.
I now invite the MSW Winter Class of 2022 to remain standing. On behalf of the University of Michigan Board of Regents, I confer upon you the Master of Social Work degree. '22 graduates, please move your tassels from the right to the left side of your caps. This is a symbolic gesture that you are now alumni of the University of Michigan. Please be seated. Graduates, please remember, graduation does not mark the end of your time with the University of Michigan School of Social Work. As alumni, we hope you stay connected and engaged through the numerous social and professional opportunities offered by our Office of Development and Alumni Relations. And now there's something very, very important to do before we finish. And we've done a bit of this, but we need to do it some more. It is your turn, graduates, to thank your family and friends, those who stood by and supported you as you achieved your educational goals. Families and friends' support and encouragement make the great accomplishments of our students possible. I would like to thank the family members and friends in attendance to stand and be recognized. Graduates, family members, and friends, a great ceremony like this one does not come together without the help of many faculty, students, and staff. Please join me in a round of applause for today's organizers. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the school, I would like to thank everyone for attending and extend congratulations from the University of Michigan School of Social Work to our graduates. Please join us for a reception in honor of our graduates at the Michigan League Ballroom immediately following the ceremony. We ask that guests remain seated until the recessional march of the platform party and the graduates has been completed. Please feel free to join us in singing Hail to the Victors as we close today's ceremony. Please have a safe trip home after the reception. Enjoy this special day. And go